Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday to you. You're going to have to forgive the noise. I've got a bit of renovations happening behind me. But it's time to do our regular check-in, our letting go guidance check-in to see what can we focus on letting go of this week. And before we get into the card that we're going to be working with this week, I like to just review, riff on what's happening astrologically with the moon in particular. So this past weekend we had the last quarter phase of the moon in the sign of Aquarius. It was very much about letting go, about feeling your feelings, about really releasing what's not serving you. And there's just such a powerful, powerful vibe for supporting us to step into who are you? You, not who do you think you should be, or who do you need to be to perform this role, or to be that to somebody else, or things of that nature, because we're coming into something extremely powerful. I mean, they're all powerful in their own way, but this week we're heading towards, and it's on the 30th, I believe. I'm just looking at my calendar. Yes, it's on the 30th. It's the new moon in the sign of Taurus, and it's also a partial solar eclipse, and this signifies the beginning of a 6-week period, an eclipse period. And this is super powerful. Eclipses have long been reviewed and revered in some ways as spiritual up-leveling, enlightening, really getting clear. And so the whole vibe of this is, who is the authentic you? Where are you playing roles or having the mindset that you need to fit in or to conform? So that last quarter phase, and then this week finishing or ending with that new moon in Taurus, new moon, dark moon, time to really go in deep. And then being inspired by the Taurus energy. Taurus is all about beauty, about the nurturing, the nature. Is that the bull sign, right? Which beautifully leads me into what we're focusing on letting go, and it's anger and resentment. So follow that a wee minute. When we do things or speak things or agree to things just to fit in, or because society says, or because we should, sometimes when we do that, we're stuffing down our own uniqueness, our own who are we at the core. So now we're stepping into this powerful time to see, I've been saying these types of words about myself all this time. Does it align? Is it the truth now? Because we actually all are evolving at our own rate, our own rhythm. Do you need to dig deep and have a look at, are there things that irritate you? Do you have little pieces of things that piss you off or anger you or make you resentful in some shape or form? Whether that's resenting a person, an ism, a system, a group, you, anything. See what can you do to let that go. Very important stuff. And as always, with any of these pieces around letting go or getting in deeper or having that authentic, truthful relationship, you with you, and therefore sharing with the world and showing up as you intended. If I trigger anything with these conversations and you need some more support or help or have questions, please put it in the comments below or message me directly. I think it's really important to not just have this awareness or feel into these things, but do something with it. And that's kind of leaning into that authenticity of you. But now let me just read out of my guidebook some more insights into this idea of letting go of anger or resentment. So it says, you're being guided to release all anger and resentment. Anger eats at you from the inside. You can learn how to make peace with those who have wronged you. This is not about condoning bad behavior or actions. It's about alleviating the pain that builds within you. Keep in mind that those who anger you control you. The purpose of releasing resentment is to increase your energy and feel better. Select a target, a critical partner, a controlling mother, a cutthroat colleague. Perhaps you've tried to discuss the grievance with no result. In brackets, always try to work things out if the person is at all receptive. Or your target may be totally unapproachable. And sometimes, this can happen with our own relationship with us. Sometimes we are not available to have the deeper, the uncomfortable conversations. And so therefore you need to ask for help. So, in either case, away from the person or giving yourself a wee break from your own thinking space, air your resentments without censoring them. Have a tantrum if you need to. Do this in a journal or with a therapist, a coach, or a friend. Truth is that honestly and fully expressing your feelings is necessary to forgive. In a quiet moment, really reach to find compassion for the person's shortcomings, not the event or the deed itself. This can feel like hard work. What insecurities or fears motivated that person? Why is the person's heart so closed? What caused this moral blindness? Try to discern the context of the person's actions. At this point, you may be inwardly able to ask yourself to start to forgive. Perhaps you're not there yet, and that's okay. The request itself sets us off a stream of compassion, a cleansing of your system, and then repeat the exercise. You can repeat it once a day or once a week, but see how your energy improves. You will most likely feel a burden lift off of you. So, like I said, if you need some more guidance on this idea of lifting off, of acknowledging, that's one of the key pieces I find in letting anything go, whether it's a belief or a mindset or a way of talking or being. Sometimes it's just a case of needing to tell the truth about it. That's what's going on. Then take some deep breaths and choose to do something different. But then other times it can be a wee bit more meaty. It can be that you need to speak it out, or you need to be guided, or you need to journal over a period of time. Only you can really assess what depth you need to go to in the letting go process. And you'll know that it's clear when your energy starts to feel lighter, when you feel that openness at your heart area. Those are beautiful signs of lifting things off, letting them go. The other part of letting things go, I find, is sometimes we struggle with things that are maybe not that great. If it is anger or resentment or criticism or judgment, we can sometimes shame ourselves about them. But if you could just maybe appreciate that was a choice, and it served itself, or it served the purpose at some point, and now you don't need it anymore. Then by the appreciating of it, you can let it go. Hope that makes sense. Like I said, let me know if you need any more support, ideas, guidance, etc. in this area. And now I'm just pulling a tarot card. I'm pulling a tarot card, and then I'm going to pull 3 of the Healing with the Angels cards. And this is beautiful. The card that's come up is the Chariot. The Chariot denotes, it's actually my life path card, so I have a great affinity for that card, but it also says move, shift forward, start getting some traction on your goals, on what you want to experience. And I said that about this new moon that we're heading into at the end of this week. This is a beautiful time to see, are you moving? Are you walking to the beat of your heart? Are you allowing yourself to navigate towards what's right for you, your authentic, heartfelt desires and dreams? And maybe it's time to pull in some of that Chariot energy to say, I'm moving forward. I am not sitting still anymore thinking, is that the right way or that? Because sometimes we can do that. And so then it's time to just recalibrate and say, you're the boss. You are the boss of you. Super important. You are the boss of you. And if you are not feeling alive, alight, excited, saying, waking up in the morning saying, look what I get to do. That's your choice. To frame everything up of look what I get to do as opposed to look what I have to do. Simple choice. Your choice. This is beautiful time to start leaning into that. And then, like I said, we're going to be going through a 6-week period started off by that new moon and partial solar eclipse. This deep spiritual finding your meaning, your uniqueness, shining it. Oh, this is awesome. So I just pulled the 3 Healing with the Angels cards, and so the first one is listening. Are you listening to your higher self, your guides, source energy, the universe, whatever you see that as, higher power? Are you listening? Sometimes listening is as simple as changing your pace, changing your rhythm a little bit, following your breath, and even asking yourself simple questions like, if I knew the answer, what would it be? See what comes up. The other part, this is super powerful, I love this too, is healing. This process that we're all on, we're letting go of the things that maybe are outmoded parts of who we are, and we don't need them anymore. And in all of this, new love is the outcome. I just love that. If we give up, let go of things that aren't serving us anymore, let go of anger and resentment, let go of telling yourself, I'm stuck or I don't like this, let go of trying to conform or walk to the beat of something that's not really you, or doing things because you should or because you have to. Can you start to just make your life a super, super exciting, exhilarating ride? You can do that. Remember, you're the boss of you. I hope this makes sense. I wish you a beautiful week. I'm personally extremely excited for this new moon and the partial solar eclipse. I hope you are too. Much love to you. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. I'll see you next week.